You scroll past someone's success and feel it. Not envy exactly, but a quiet deflation. Like the air going out of something you were building. You were doing fine until you looked. That is the feeling ubatori is made for. The Japanese word ubatori is drawn from the first characters of 4 trees: the plum, cherry, peach, and apricot, each of which blooms in the same season, but in its own time, its own color, its own way. The literal meaning is simply those 4 trees. The deeper meaning is this: do not compare. There is no hierarchy among blossoms. Each one opens according to its own nature. Most of us have been taught the opposite. We measure progress as if life is a single race with a shared starting line. We look at someone who has built what we are still planning, and instead of returning to our own work, we adjust our opinion of ourselves. We decide we are behind. But behind what? Behind whom? The comparison was never real. We invented the race. Yagyu Munenori, the sword instructor who served the Tokugawa shoguns in 17th century Japan, wrote that the greatest obstacles a warrior faces are not external opponents. They are the diseases of the mind. Obsession with how others perform. The desire to impress. Attachment to where you rank. His teaching suggests that when the mind is cluttered with the image of another, it cannot respond clearly to what is actually in front of it. You begin fighting a ghost. And ghosts cannot be defeated because they are made of your own attention. The samurai tradition held that mastery requires singular attention, what the Japanese call jibun no michi, one's own way. The calligrapher does not grieve that he is not a swordsman. The moment you look sideways at another person's path, you have, in a real sense, stepped off your own. Every glance costs you something. Not because their success diminishes you, but because your attention is finite, and you just spent some of it somewhere. It cannot do any work. Here is what comparison actually takes from you. When you measure your progress against another person, you are comparing a complete picture of your own inner life, the doubt, the effort, the private setbacks, against the surface of someone else's. You see their arrival, not their years in rooms no one watched. You see the blossom. You forget the root. And while you are looking at their tree, no one is tending yours. Let that settle, because that is not a metaphor. It is the actual cost. The work you are building requires your attention, and when comparison pulls it away, the work quietly stops. Not dramatically, just slowly. And you wonder later why things feel stalled. The cherry tree does not bloom in January, because the plum does. It waits, not out of failure, but because January is not its time. This is not resignation. It is trust, that your work will come into fullness when you tend it fully, that forcing it before it is ready produces something thin and premature. Ubatori is not a comfort for people who aren't trying. It is a practice of direction, returning your attention again and again to what is yours to do. Here is how you begin. 1. The next time you feel that quiet deflation after seeing someone else's progress, write down one specific thing you have built or learned in the past 30 days. Not to compete. To remember that your tree is growing even when it is not visible to others. 2. Before looking at any screen in the morning, spend 5 minutes asking, what is the one thing I want to deepen today? This returns your attention to your path before the world pulls it elsewhere. 3. When comparison arises, say quietly, different tree. It is not a dismissal of them. It is a return to you. Your blooming will not look like anyone else's. It is not supposed to. Tend what is yours with full presence. Write in the comments, I bloom in my own time. Thank you for being here and for choosing to live with purpose.